Hello everyone! Before we begin today's broadcast, I would like to outline some guidelines with this livestream. Any restreaming of the content outlined in the program today will be reported by the community to Twitch and the wider streaming community. Any harassment directed at any of the voice actors will not be tolerated and will result in a mute or ban. Please be advised that anyone with audio sensitivity may want to listen on speakers instead of headphones with this livestream. Audio may be extremely loud at certain parts. Do advise me if the audio is too loud. This particular episode may be rigged from the start by ItzayVT. Treat myself, my actors, and production team with respect and help me make this an event we can all enjoy. Thank you for listening. Now please enjoy the show. Okay, Detective. We've got another case on our hands. Unfortunately for you, I'll still be remaining as your supervisor for the foreseeable future, as we have Itzay deployed out in the field for deeper investigations at this current moment. We believe that we may have Dion cornered this time, and are planning to set a trap in order to catch her. There may be yet another tragic accident if she's not successfully trapped this time around. Nonetheless, Itzay is one of the few who is knowledgeable in summoning her, other than the Mabinogi. At this time, the Sea Fairy is still nowhere to be found. Thus, Itzay will be deployed in her stead. Good luck, Detective. I will meet you out in the field shortly. Well, last month we had mentioned how the investigation with Holy was going to be underway. Unfortunately, we did not bring the news out publicly that indeed detectives could not identify the killer once again. It seems Dion's puppeteering skills have only honed further since her in-person attack back in April. It feels like dark times are ahead as the goddess continues to not let up at this time. Given that this month's news is another gruesome murder of a millennium. This Militian taking the form of a sentient crab known as Pasta, the king crab of the Wondrous Castle off of one of the shores of Scubatine. It seems Militians may be angering another god soon if not careful, as it is quite widely known that Pasta is a friend of mine. God of the Sea. This has been brought... This has brought fear to Belvast residents as the trauma of the Great Belvast Flood has not exactly left their residents' minds. Detectives, I really need you to stop having parties. This is becoming increasingly dangerous for more than just you, and will only continue to spiral downward. I desperately urge you to disengage immediately, or there will be further consequences. Now let's move on to our suspect roster for the evening.
Greetings, all. You have been formally invited to a royal seafood feast at my beachside stronghold to discuss recent events. These murders have gone out of hand, but we now know that these are made games for the gods. I gather you all our greatest to prepare against what I fear is the worst yet to come. The gods may seek vengeance or may seek amusement in our suffering, but we shall allow no more. We must be prepared.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Pasta invited everyone over to a seafood boil. There's going to be so much delicious and rich food. I hope he brought spare crab, cause I won't lie. Pasta kinda looking delicious right now. Yeah. Sorry, Pasta. I mean, you know, crab.
Well. It would seem there's a dinner gathering at Pasta's castle. My, what could possibly go wrong this time? Perhaps a healthy serving of crab cakes on the menu tonight, Well, I should make my way in. I would hate to be an impunctual guest. I'm actually quite eager to see the castle decor.
Golly, I'm famished. Crab is really yummy. I hope Pasta brought some spare, because crab is always the best part of a seafood boil anyway. See ya.
So, Pasta's having dinner at his castle. What could go wrong this time? Only some delicious crab cakes? Well, I'm heading inside anyways. I'm excited to see Pasta's castle.
To be honest, I am not sure what got into me last time. I just thought Deanne was gone. Surely this time she is gone, right? I mean, nothing bad would ever happen to our good old crab pasta, right?
Alright, the only reason I'm going to this is because I know someone's gonna die. Every time there's some kind of party or event, one of my friends dies. If I can prevent it, all the better. But my main goal here is I want to find Diane. If I can find her and take her out, then we won't have to worry about this anymore. After all, the best way to deal with a snake is by cutting off its head, right? As long as Pasta doesn't get boiled, we should be fine. He's gonna get boiled, isn't he? Of course he is. It's a cooking contest. It's the most ironic thing. And people are gonna think it's me because I already make enough jokes that I'm gonna boil them and eat them. Guys, it's just jokes, I swear. It's so messy. Eating sentient beings is not worth it. If I want crabs, I'll just go to a seafood market. Port Cove is right there. I don't need to eat my friends. We don't need to eat our friends, please. I'm begging you. Please, just once, can we not kill people? Alright, Danton, where are you? I'm ready.
Hey guys, does anyone know where that newsboy really came from? We hardly even know his actual name. He only mysteriously came into the picture after Gremlin retired. Now, it's almost if, this was planned from the beginning.
The Devil Prince will receive the mark of the puppet when the masquerade ball shall commence. Wrath befall upon all molestions as Her Majesty wishes.
After I kill Pasta, how about we enjoy some wonderful crab cakes for dinner? That sound good, everybody? I think they sound delicious.
No one is going to die on my watch today. I may not be a bodyguard like Dad or Rixie, or particularly skilled with combat, but that doesn't mean I can't help someone with medical assistance. I just really hope not to have tragedy fall into my hands this time.
So here we are again. Another rousing party for all of us to get together, to have a fun old time. Hopefully not at the expense of one of our friends' lives, but It's at Pasta's place this time. Should be a nice change of pace, nice change of scenery. What could go wrong? You know, his castle's really big. Especially, given, his size. So, hopefully, if something were to happen, he wouldn't... hopefully wouldn't be lost in the halls. Anyway, I'm gonna head inside now. I'm gonna go exploring. We'll see what I can find. See you all on the flip side.
Today, not tomorrow. Today marks the start of a new day. I'm not going to be afraid anymore. Today, I will weather the storm and I will rise. Dion isn't leaving anytime soon, and I am more than committed to stopping these tragedies. The fate of Aaron could yet depend on it.
Well, well. Good to see you all. As you can recall from my message, Itzay's still out for the moment. So, are there any questions before we get started today? It is very important that you solve this case, Detective. Would seem that time is having a moment of character growth. Are you single? No, unfortunately I'm taken. It's my time. Oh my god. The amount of puns. Lizzie. Well, she's a menace. Alright. Oh, I think I'm a little unprofessional today. Let's see. Ronnie is guilty until proven innocent. Well, I don't know if that's how it works here. It's theoretically proven, or innocent until proven guilty. I don't know. He definitely has been causing trouble, though. Let's be honest. It's time for him to have a change of heart. Well, let's see if time will hold up in not being afraid of the goddess, shall we? Anyway, are you all ready for round one? I'm innocent even when proven guilty. You guys are gonna make me break character. Some of you aren't ready. Who said it? Why are you not ready, Bella? Hmm? Something you're afraid of? Plus, 3 is not an option. Alright. Well, I'll see you all back here in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and play the evidence that we've acquired from round 1. A firm reminder that even though the suspects are giving us important pieces of evidence that they may be lying to us, or certain pieces of information may be contradicting, it's very important to keep that in mind. Okay. Let's go on, shall we?
Detective, so, you may not believe me, but pasta was eaten. I didn't realize it until after the fact, but when we had dinner, pasta wasn't present. And I knew that there was crab in the dish. Oh. Gosh, I feel so sick to the stomach. I can't. Some of us just ate one of our friends. Something is very wrong here. That is an extremely generous serving of crab. And pasta as well. A rather large crab, so pasta's in about 8 people's stomachs. Well, he is literally dinner.
Well, the autopsy shows the cause of death for Pasta as eaten. Before that, he was boiled. He was covered in so many seasonings, Old Bay, and many other herbs and spices. It's absolutely disgusting. How could you eat one of our friends?
Oh hey, look at that. Pasta died, just like I suspected. Oh no! This keeps happening so often, it's predictable at this point. Now my son is dead. Oh yeah, if you guys had forgotten, I adopted Pasta. He's my adoptive son. And he's dead now. Because of course, It's bad enough my friends are dying, now my family. Great. I love it here. Right, room description. Okay, let's do this. So, we were all in the dining room section of the cavern. Pasta was served in this room. Of course, he was served to us. Nothing seems particularly off about the room. The dishes were served promptly at 6 p.m. like Pasta had suggested earlier. Everything was plated perfectly. All forks and silverware were clean. Not a spot of blood anywhere or any bits of shell to indicate a violent assassination. Whoever did this, very clean job. Good for you. I can't wait to put you in the ground too with Diane. Detective, let me know if there's anything else you need from me. You know, inevitably when you blame me for this crime that I have no reason to commit. I'm ready for it.
Well, remembering back what happened last time? Yeah, I did write something hella weird and suspicious, I know. It was really, really, really uncomfortable watching inside my head. Through my own eyes, Dian controlling your body. And just... yeah. I'm so sorry, guys. I really am. I am not in the right mind of that time. Alright, let's see. Let's see how many notes there are, and I guess that correlates to how many killers we got. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. What are there 4 killers? Oh, what? Okay. Oh my god, 4 killers? I mean, we should be able to get this, right? We should be able to get this. Right? Anyways, will you let me walk away from this unscathed? I hope you have entertained him with these stories of tragedy. It would be a shame if you ate one of your friends. Or would they taste lovely? If you thought the sea fairy was bad, wait until you see what befalls the devil prince. Okay. Alright. So Dean's not gonna stop anytime soon. She's not gonna stop all of this. At all. Just because we kinda ruined her revenge. I gotta give it to her. Damn, she can hold a grudge.
Well, how are we feeling so far, detectives? That's definitely an interesting case that there are 4 killers. Something tells me that this should be an easy case. Dion's not normally in charge of 4 individuals. Ever. At least based on her track record. What do you think so far? Well, if Tiana's gonna... May as well have a crab boil and relax. I feel like she chose an easy and vulnerable target, but I could be wrong. I'm not quite sure what possessed Pasta to have a seafood boil at his house. That's almost like a walking invitation. Ugh. Ringo's possessed. That's an interesting observation for me. Too many cooks spoil the broth, so we know the killers aren't cooks since it was tasty. Well, that's another good observation. That seasoning sounded delicious. Old Bay seasoning. A Maryland staple, I've heard. I'm sus Bard just based on the calling card. That's an interesting observation as well. Could it have been... Ooh. Bard thinks that Pasta may have been attempting to get rid of his enemies of the kingdom. Doesn't seem like Pasta had his bodyguards with him, though. Well, he didn't hire Rixie, at least. I feel the Devil Prince note was a possessed Ringo. Okay. Well, it seems like you're honing your detective skills well. Are you all ready for the alibi segment? I'll do my best to take notes alongside you. You pay attention, though, okay? I want to hire Rixie as a bodyguard. Adora, that's rich coming from you. Mm-hmm. Well then. I'm gonna send you over to the alibis. You pay attention, everyone. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears open. See you in a moment.
I stayed a while in the room with Mananana as well. Admittedly, very caught up on the fact that Pasta had claimed it was installed by a single Fardarig. That little stubby creature I doubt could do this. After that, I peeked into the kitchen, and that's when I noticed some of the guests were stuffing the remaining parts of pasta into the pot to be boiled. I rushed into the dining hall to scream and tell everyone to stop eating the food as pasta was baked into the dish.
The items were received and delivered as instructed. Her Majesty requests that 8 consume the crab. Feel the guilt of your actions and the tremendous agony of this retaliation. The Cat Cafe owner shall receive their demise next.
Alright, so at the beginning of the evening, I was sparring with Holy in the courtyard. Now, Holy, he asked for my assistance because he was pretty concerned about the stuff that happened last month happening again. But as far as we know, it looks like Diane does not strike the same target twice. After my sparring session with Holy, I wandered into the throne room, initially looking at the right side. Yeah, Pasta. It's got some good taste. Like, look at this architecture. It can be featured in an episode of Grand Designs. That's an amazing TV show, by the way. Anyways, through the small crevice in the wall, I heard some ringing, which quickly irritated some people in and around the throne room. So I went off to the left side of the throne room. I wanted to investigate some of the resonance in the area. I wonder if this caused Ringo to act strangely since arriving.
The earliest in the evening I spent sparring with Plus. I wanted to learn how to better protect myself and others in the event something does happen. We had a witness in case either one of us would be succumbed to the darkness. After that, I head to the restroom, as the fighting had kind of made me sick just after the boat ride. There was such a long line. I zoned out really hard, though I won't lie. I would not be able to give you any names of who I saw. Then I wandered into the kitchen to see what everyone else was up to. It certainly smelled really good.
Well, honestly, I ran to the bathroom first, and being a cat and all, the sea doesn't really sit well with me, and I don't really have my sea legs, so I got rather sick. And after that, I hung into the treasure room, because treasure and shines make my stomach feel better. Finally, I checked out the castle courtyard for a bit before I headed out for dinner. Oh gosh, the shore was so beautiful. The waves crashing, filling the sky with a wake, and the stars. Ah, what a sight to behold. It was inspiring. I loved it. But dinner also smelled really good, so I quickly headed that way. Bonnie is a really great cook after all, and I'm glad the herbs I gave him really helped.
In the very beginning of this evening, I was being a witness and on medical standby for Plus and Holy since they were sparring. I'm not exactly sure why Holy had chosen right then and there to spar, but it is what it is. After that, I spent a while staring into Manonan's well, which Pasta had showed us. Apparently, Pasta and Manonan are really close. I'd be afraid to upset the god of the sea after what happened to Belvast. Lastly, I went to the treasure room. Since Pasta had mentioned him and his crablings collect all sorts of undersea trinkets, the messages in the bottles definitely break my heart though.
Whoever ate a single ounce of pasta is gonna wish that they just turned themselves in, and I'm gonna have to get my stomach pumped in case I accidentally ate any of him, and it's gonna be so expensive trying to revive him this time, because eating the body makes it so much harder to revive, and Oh, hi, detective! More questions? Cool! Alibi? Sure! Started off this evening, left side of the throne room. It's a really big room. I was all the way on the left-hand side, which is like the most central point of the building I could be in. I was doing my best to, be vigilant, looking out for dirty sun killers and traitorous goddesses that are only pretty on the outside, you simps. After that, went to the restroom. Seasickness was getting a lot of people feeling under the weather, so there was a much longer line. And if I remember correctly, I saw Illuminati, Holy Lou, and then someone else I couldn't quite identify. But the person who I wasn't able to see much of definitely took an excessive amount of time in the restroom. And looking back on it, it feels a little fishy. Haha, pun. I hate it here. Stop killing my friends. Finally, we ended up in the dining room. Let's just say that crab was in the dish, not on the menu. Detective, please, I'm telling you, you need to find them. Please stop letting these people get away. I hate it here. I hate it.
The very beginning of the evening, I was helping Pasta cook in the kitchen. We were boiling some other sea creatures, as Pasta had initially requested. Lobster, shrimp, scallops, and many others, you name it. After that, I stepped out into the dining hall, and I asked for a few helping hands in order to have the table prepared. I simply supervised, though. My hands were already dirty enough, let's say. Finally, I went back to the kitchen and started cooking the last ingredient on the cutting board, crab. Because it wouldn't be a seafood boil without some crab.
Well, it should be stated that Pasta's castle leaves quite an impression. The evening began with Pasta giving us a personal tour. Inspired by the decor, I broke away to stop at Manonan's well to contemplate how I could replicate that concept for my high-rise. Though, This particular piece is a unique artifact with the ability to supposedly keep in touch with Manonan. The mystical waters allow him to speak directly to the user through something of a magical mirror in the pooling waters. I was entranced by this item, and it occupied my thoughts for some time. Disappointingly, this resulted in my very poor etiquette of arriving late into the evening for dinner, at which time I also partook in dining on crab.
Huh? Oh, where was I? Oh, I mean, I was in the throne room a lot this evening. You know, those just like giant towers of sea glass that are scattered around the room, and then like just the little bits of rock and mineral on the floor. It was just all so pretty. Like, it was just so utterly captivating, looking at all of the ways that the lights refracted off of the rocks and such. Just, I was just so lost in the moment. I just couldn't help but like wander around, you know, looking at the floor, looking at the pillars and ceilings and walls. It just was all so pretty. After that, I went to the dining room because I got really hungry. You know, with all that walking around, you build up quite an appetite. Fortunately, the food just tasted utterly divine. Ronnie is really a great chef. I mean, despite, you know, the initial concerns with him cooking, but hey, who here can really touch the food without being suspicious? I don't know.
Well, Detective, this evening I started off in the treasure room. There was a certain message in a bottle that caught my eye. Maybe we could review that later? After that, I really needed to use the restroom. I felt a bit sick after the maiden voyage on the boat. There was a line, though. Goodness. It was honestly a bit suspicious. Why is the bathroom, of all things, having a massive line? After that, I headed to the kitchen with Ronnie to help with dinner. Ronnie had mentioned that him and Pasta were cooking.
You want my alibi? My alibi. Wait. Was the crab actually pasta? I am so sorry, Pasta. You were delicious, but oh my god, no! No. It wasn't me. No. Oh my god. Look, I may joke around about pasta and like him being delicious and I would butter them up, but you know, not to the point of actually eating him. I mean, they're sentient. They can speak. Well, now, actually, that no, that's gonna make me look bad. Alright, so, I was on the left side of the throne room, admiring the beauty of Pasta's castle. Truly, it was a very beautiful castle, and I really like it. And then, after that, I helped set the dinner table with Ronnie. Since Ronnie said dinner would be done, like, relatively soon, then I obviously stayed in the dining hall to eat. But, trust me on this, I did not kill Pasta. I ate him, but not kill. I can assure you that, Detective. I did not kill. I ate, though. Sorry, that was bad. That was super bad.
Well, what are we all thinking? I feel like some suspects certainly stand out more than others. You believe her. That's rich coming from you, Rexy. I trust Ringo. Why do you trust Ringo, Ronnie? That's an interesting observation. I got Ringo, Ronnie, and Dream on the sus list. Well, remember that there are 4 killers. 4 individuals that you're looking for. I know that's a bigger number than Dion's used to, but in this case, that's what we're going to need to be looking for. She seems to harbor no ill will or feelings or thoughts of her own. Well, I suppose that's a fair observation. I vote jail Ronnie for being a Dion sympathizer regardless of his involvement tonight. I feel like that's a little bit harsh, don't you think, Fury? A reminder that they don't do this fully of their own volition. Maybe he stole a painting? Ringo, Ronnie, Dream, and Adora are on my sus list. Okay. We're currently in round 2. You have 2 pieces of evidence left to investigate. I'll leave this up for a 2-minute. You guys can keep discussing. Interested to see what you think. I'm not QAing you this time, so you're lucky. I'm just acting as your supervisor, not as your director. Why would I kill Pasta? He's my brother, uncle? What is this family tree? Ronnie definitely does do this. He wants to. Others may not, but Ronnie does. Do you really have the evidence of that, though? It's a family net at this point. Why not? They kept killing each other. I don't think grounding Ronnie is enough. Ooh. Parental disagreements, no. Maybe it'll be more than chat that's just having mommy issues. Everyone is very keen on the suspicions this time, though. Remember, you only have 2 pieces of evidence remaining. One of these will be lost to time. We can send Ronnie to Manon for punishment. I would not recommend calling Manon. I think it's really late for him. I don't think we should call him. Just saying. That would be my advice to him. Okay. Everyone wants to review the suspicions. So, we'll go ahead and take a look at those. He just got all the Fardarigs down for bed. Precisely. You know how hard it is to put a Fardarig to sleep? Oh. Anyway. Let's go ahead with the suspicions. I will see you all in a moment. Please do pay very close attention, and remember that suspects are prone to lying, and there are 4 of them. 4 people. Pay attention to. Ronnie, Bard, Dream, and Ringo strike me as playing along. I'm thinking Dream might not be directly involved. Okay. That's also a good observation. Okay. See you in a moment. Keep your eyes peeled.
The more mysteries unsolved, when the grand finale arrives, as many tragedies will befall upon Eren and all.
Okay, if I had to say who would be suspicious and possibly the one who would do this, I would, say, legitimately, it would be Yanni. He, memed on us last time, but to be honest, he was here telling me dinner is ready, and to be honest, this could be the chance to actually do the murder. Though, I don't know, Ronnie's really good at gaslighting, really good. I mean, he gaslit everyone last time, right?
Well, clearly anyone that went into the bathroom should be on the suspect roster. So that's Dreamer, Holy Lou, and Illuminati. And also whoever else was waiting in that line. A few of them have got to be suspects, given what Ringo's testified.
Well, we've determined there are 4 murderers, correct? Ringo certainly has to be one. Just one glance at her would tell you she's not looking too hot right now. That besides, my gut is honestly torn with Ronnie being one. It's a 50-50. Given their track record in the past, that is. From there, Holy and Illuminati seem likely, right? After all, they're the only other ones who entered the kitchen.
I'll be honest. I think it's Ringo. Holy, Plus, and Rosie. Ringo obviously did up all the setup work for them, and then Holy clearly picked everything up in the bathroom. Plus got it ready, and was ready for the handoff to Rosie. Ronnie was none the wiser, and just happily cooked. Poor soul.
How many people had consumed pasta, whether it was accidental or purposefully? Anyone who falls into this category is under suspicion, in my opinion. Nasty friend eaters.
Honestly, I feel like Holy is really sus. Why did he just casually hold up the line for the bathroom? Sparring with Plus? A lot of this feels so random and out of place. I feel at the very least, Holy had to be the mastermind. Ronnie seems suspicious, but Ronnie is always suspicious. So I'm not even sure if I'm right about that. But also, Illuminati and Dream holding up the bathroom for quite a while as well. Why is everyone in the bathrooms?
Well, if I had to take my own guess, I would think it's Holy Lou, Illuminati, myself, and Dream. Who else would it be? I mean, I was there, I saw it happen. You can take my word for it. Just believe me. Are you really gonna let me get away with this yet again?
Honestly, I'd pin Ronnie, Dreamer, Ringo, and Holy as the primary suspects. Just look at how their alibis match up perfectly. It has to be them.
Me? You think it was me? I would never kill pasta. Sure, he tasted great, but I wouldn't kill pasta. That's not me. That's not who I am. Are you guys serious right now?
So, hear me out. Hear me out. Part of me feels like it was time. Rosie. And Adora could have done this again. And despite what I said earlier, I think maybe Ronnie. Like they're all really good chefs. I kind of feel like this has to be the answer. I mean, it's at least a simple one, at least.
The more I think about it, the more I ask myself, why are we still having parties and events? They're just the most convenient time for Diane to play with us, to torture us, to twist our hearts into hurting our friends. Why? Why do we insist on fueling her fire? Why do we have to make it so easy for her? Detective, it doesn't really matter who killed Pasta, because at the end of the day, they were just a tool. A tool wielded by Diane. Diane is, and always will be, the correct answer for who the murderer is. But if you need someone to lock up behind bars, you want my 2 gold on it? In this case, I think that the tool involved would either be Ronnie, Illuminati, Dream. Ringo sticks out the most to me. It all feels so wrong, though. Like, why would they do this? What is their motive for it? They seem the most suspicious and most likely to do this, but why? It has to be Diane. Everyone liked Pasta. I can't think of a single person that would have a reason to kill him. I have to stop this madness. Diane needs to die.
Well, welcome back. What are you all thinking as of now? I feel like there was a lot of sus thrown around by a lot of the suspects. I question if any of them actually know what they're even saying, and I question how many of them are actually just throwing sus aside to cover themselves. But what do you think, detectives? Who do we trust who lied to us? Only time will tell. I think Origin's got some explaining to do. Maybe. So 2 easy ones, Bard and Ringo are possessed. Interesting observation. Ronnie, Ringo, Dream, and Holy. 8 people ate pasta, according to time. I am Adora Bard. Bard out here playing the ignorance card. Dream is the scapegoat. It was Bard, Ronnie, and Ringo. The 4th note was Dion hoping we accuse an innocent. I see. Well, we have 1 piece of evidence left for this round. Still it. I'm sus on Bard for sure. Why particularly on Bard? Reminder that Dion has mind control abilities that manifest as purple gas or mist, often leaving telltale signs. Well, sometimes it can be very direct, sometimes it's not as direct. We don't have definitive evidence on that quite yet. Just keep that in mind. A small reminder that additional investigations can provide a lot of evidence, but it will be at a later time. We'll be asking 3 of the suspects to investigate some things further. I'll give you guys another minute. I will let you know that additional investigations is probably a wiser option. That is me speaking as your director, not as your supervisor. If you would like me to redo the vote, please do let me know. You only get 1 vote. Okay. Would you guys like to sacrifice a clue from round 3 to obtain the other one? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to recommend that this might be a good option. And unlike Dion, I would not lie to you. I'll give you 2 minutes, as I did the last one. Yuri said for option 3, I'd burn everyone for their sinful gluttony and their transgressions against me and mine. Well, Fury, that is quite the decision, if you ask me. That's a murderous rage, almost murderous enough to cook a crab. As confirmed by Mother Lizzie, it's best to listen to our doms. I mean, severe. Wow. Is that how you all see me? Really? I suppose Lizzie couldn't keep it in her pants after all. What a shame. Well. And don't clip that for evidence. You don't need to remember that. Just saying. Well, we'll go ahead and listen to both. I'm gonna play the witness segment first, and I'm going to go ahead and play the additional investigations last. A reminder that because of this, you will only receive 1 evidence from round 3, but know that I don't think you'll be missing much. Are you ready? Keep your eyes peeled and your ears open. Stay sharp, detective.
I was in the kitchen when I saw Pasta's last claw being thrown into the massive pot. I don't understand how someone could do such a thing. Sad to say, I couldn't catch a glimpse of the person's face. There was too much steam.
Wait. So hold on, sorry. I just realized you're asking me about the case? You mean the crab in the food was actually pasta? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I did eat quite a bit of the food. It was delicious.
When I ate pasta, of course, I didn't even have an inkling he was involved in the food itself. I'm sincerely sorry, Detective.
Last time I saw pasta, it was when I'm eating him, and now they're in my stomach. Look, I'm sorry I ate him, but it was so good. I don't know what they did, but he tasted really good. But, I have no excuse for eating him other than I was hungry, but, all I know is this was supposed to be a peaceful dinner. With seafood. With pasta. Yeah.
If I'm being perfectly honest, Detective, I have not really been the best at paying attention. I'm so sorry. I've tried my best to keep track, and I cannot, for the life of me, remember when I saw pasta.
When I last saw pasta, well, I did when I ate him, I suppose. He was delicious. I'm really sorry, Detective. I ate the seafood that was plated since it was a seafood boil, and I didn't think anything of it.
Unfortunately, I hadn't seen pasta all evening. I was too busy keeping my eyes out for anything suspicious. And yet, I saw nothing. Even though my son was killed underneath my nose and served to us. Isn't that a dark irony? That no matter how hard I try, I can't stop anything? I'm powerless to help, as if some dark force prevents me from being able to do anything. Let me tell you something, Detective. Most people are more powerful as militians. They get a boost by being able to be whoever they want. Not me. I'm actually less powerful here in Erin than where I came from. I guarantee you, if I find a way to get my full power back, Diane will break. I'll make sure of it. I will break this cycle. I swear it.
When did I last see the crab? Well, unfortunately I do believe this was not until he was plated and slightly consumed. I was a bit hungry, so I'm sorry, Detective.
I wasn't even aware that pasta had been served to us until I was more than a few bites in, and was met with the distinct flavor of Old Bay seasoning. That was what tipped me off that crab was in the dish.
After Rani has fallen, soon too shall the princess the Devil Prince loves most, and the fiend he treasures too. The real thought to ponder is if the prince will be able to forgive himself.
The last time I saw Pasta, I mean, he was on everyone's plates. Didn't you see him then? It was right during dinner. I mean, I'm being completely honest. I'm shocked you guys missed it.
Honestly, the last time I saw Pasta, he was doing a small tour for us. I had managed to catch up with them about halfway through the evening. That's when he was showing off a well that Manana made for him. After that, he was served to me on my plate.
Detective, I'm going to investigate and create an accurate outline of who consumed crab this evening, and just how much of the dish they finished. I firmly believe the suspects consumed the most crab.
Hey Detective, if I can have some time to investigate the restroom itself, the order everyone went in, and when their hair package was dropped off. Now, Ringo, during some of her rambling she spoke about handing off the box to someone, and that box being dropped off in the bathroom. Now, this obviously makes sense, as it will be a pretty high traffic area to cover any alibis. So, give me some time, and I will look into it, and let you know what I find.
Hi, Detective. Do you mind if I have just a moment to waste your time? I do? Oh, wonderful. I'll see you in a moment.
I can't tell if we're having an ads segment or not. I don't know if there's any ads playing. You let me know. What are you all thinking so far? I believe I snoozed them. Honey, do try not to snooze them if you can. I am watching. Thank you, Val. Try and time them to a degree. I still feel sus at Bard, Ringo, and after this towards Illuminati. Okay. She was the only one to see Pasta. Mm-hmm. That's a good observation. Ringo, Ronnie, Dream, and either Adora or Illuminati. Why are you all referring to Illuminati as Duffy? Really now? Bard, Ronnie, Ringo, and Rosie. Origin's Holy Rin and Adora. Well, these guesses are certainly, all over. Are you sure you've been keeping track, Detective? I think this one is a more obvious case. TTS messes up my name. Oh, I see. Interesting. Think it's Dream, Liz? A good guess. Dream certainly does mention talking about the crab very often. Alrighty. Well. We are officially in round 3. Give me 1 second to set up the board. Does anyone think they could guess it right now, confidently? Hmm? Itzay is so bad at writing cases, goodness. Oh. It's fine. The next time we all gather for a case like this, I'm gonna be writing the case notes. Since Itzay's deployed on the field, it'll be my turn to have a grasp at it. I'm sure it'll be a little bit clearer. Let's see, didn't Dream say something about supplying the seasoning to Ronnie and complimenting how they cook? This is true. 3 and 4 confidently. Nope, I'm far too angry to keep my head clear. Okay. Rixie, do you mean Rizzy? I don't think anyone was saying that, Ronnie. But sure, whatever you think, hon. I don't feel like Teal Rosie is sus. Okay, why do you think that, Simon? Though she was very familiar with the seasonings used? Well, from what I've been advised, Old Bay is quite distinct. As Bella just confirmed. No opportunity for her. Well, you spell opportunity wrong, so there's no opportunity for you to correct your spelling. Sorry, that was a bit too much sass. Okay. You guys have one evidence point here. A reminder that Itzay did write these case notes and she is deployed on the field, so there was not a lot of time that she had to go over everything before she was leaving. But this is what you have. Choose wisely. It's completely up to you. Map out suspect alibis will give us a full map that shows where everyone went. Oh, no worries, the ad's fine. I'll leave it on the vote screen here. Cross-examination of the handwriting will review all the notes, and whose handwriting of the suspects looks very similar. It will be 3 suspects per note. Oh, I'm very close. Asking for my professional opinion. If you really want it, I can give you my best opinion. I would say I have a 90% accuracy rate on at least one killing. You cannot change your vote once you voted. Skipping to round 3, or I should say skip to round 4. If you're that confident, we can go ahead and skip this section. That is up to you. I'm not going to reset the vote, though, because we are at an ad block. I do apologize. I believe that Rosie was the one who isolated Pasta. Ronnie came in for the kill, Dream helped with the seasoning, and Ringo is an unfortunate killer and victim because she saw what happened. Well, that's quite interesting. I'm sure we'll get more details later, since obviously you all chose to do the additional investigations with the sacrifice. This means that the 3 that we sent off to investigate will obviously give us more hints for later. Should be helpful. One of them may not be as helpful as the rest of them, but should be somewhat helpful. Anyone break the tower? We have ads for another minute. Okay. Well, seems you're gonna ask for my professional opinion. Maybe. Another 40 seconds. Does the detective point and slam his desk? Rosie didn't eat any crab, though. She didn't eat the pasta. Well, you never know. I think the suspects would have, well, dined on the crab. At the very least. Okay. Is everybody back from ads? I hope so. Someone could confirm that for me. Please do so. I know the indicator on Twitch is not the most accurate. Okay. Thank you. Alrighty. Well, since you're asking for my professional opinion, I'm not gonna make this too easy for you, but I will say the following. Sometimes the most obvious answer is the correct one. I would say definitively, Ringo is a killer. No matter how you might put it, she might be a victim in this case. Dion is controlling her, very obviously. Given that Dion is controlling 4 killers, her power is very, very weakened. But Ringo is an obvious one. Even if you believe whether or not she is innocent or guilty because of being possessed, Dion is in control of 4 participants. And as I stated, sometimes the obvious is the right answer. This can be applied with all the killers. If you look very carefully at what they have stated, they have given themselves away. Piece the puzzles together very carefully, and you'll see. Okay? Well, now that we've arrived at the Easter egg round, everyone's favorite. I don't know why Itzay writes this in here, because I feel like, you know, if you just leave a little bit more time, that could be reasonable. I will say we have quite an interesting ordeal today. Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll go ahead and start with this. Oh, I forgot one. Never mind. One moment. Oops. There you go. My apologies. Why is it... What? Okay, hold on. Itzay never makes this easy. There you go. Depending on the order of the popularity of the votes, is the order we will go in. I did advise you not to call him, but we do have the option if you'd like. I don't think he'll be happy that you're calling him at this hour, though. Just a fair warning. Manon is a very busy man. Oh. I'll give you another minute or so. Okay, and I see chat's going feral already. Well. You know he'll just banish you from Scuba Time again, right? He can just send you away as he pleases. Okay, I'm glad you all are stubborn. It's a good trait to have in a detective. Maybe not being so fiendish, but who am I to judge? Well, he needs to help us with Pasta's murder. Alright. So here's how this is gonna work. We're gonna call Manon. We're then gonna pray to Neo. Nobody wants to show our girl some love. So I'm invoking that myself. We'll then spy on Dion and check Pasta's diary. Sounds good. I have no attachment to the apparently attractive Manon. I disagree. I mean, I don't believe you on that. Anyway, I'll see you all in a bit. If the order gets mixed up, I apologize. See you in a moment.
How dare you Miletians contact me at this hour? I grant you the power to protect everyone. Yet, I see with my own eyes the destruction you have caused. First, you drag my son into these murderous games, and next, I sense a disturbance in the lives of the sea folk. Your destruction will not be forgiven so easily this time, Miletian. Our deal has been revoked.
As for what I have learned recently, I hesitate to hand over the message in the bottle to Manan. Some of the more deranged individuals write what I'll modestly call love letters and place them in a bottle in hopes that the Lord of the Sea reads them. However, as of late, there have been messages from someone claiming to be his son. I have no idea if Manhattan even has a son, so I have no way of knowing who this is. But he truly believes himself to be the son of Manhattan. My heart bleeds for this boy. He has sent so many letters across the waves, but Manhattan remains unresponsive.
Well, I hope my advice has helped. You'd agree? I may or may not have played it additionally to see if Lumina would be present for it, but it's okay. I can always show her later. Alright. Are you all ready for round 5? This will be the final round before we go ahead and try to decide who the killers are. I'll give you guys a minute. I will say, I'm expecting things to go smoothly this time. Do not hesitate, and do trust your instincts. Don't doubt yourself. A true detective always follows their gut. Stick with that. Lumina, did you happen to miss, the Easter egg round? I hope you were present. Lumina? Lumina? I feel like Mike. He laughed. Let me mess with. Somebody flag Lumina down. Anyway. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say. Our 3 suspects that are... no problem, Lumina. Well, let's go ahead and review the final. Shall we? I'll see you all in a moment. You pay attention, and keep your eyes and ears peeled, detectives.
All right, detective, let me give it straight. Based on all the alibis and testimonies regarding eating dinner, Origins plus Rosie and myself had consumed no crab this evening. Dreamer, Bard, Holy Lou, and Ringo had just a moderate amount of crab. Ronnie, Deluminati, Artemis, and Adora consumed the entire dish of crab. So my highest suspects on the radar would be the following: Ronnie, Deluminati, Artemis, and Adora, only if we base it solely on the amount of crab they consumed.
Alright, detective, I'm back, and here's what I was able to gather. So let me just take a look at my notes here. Right. So, the restroom was first occupied by Dream. Dream is the one that unloaded the spice in her package after receiving it from Ringo. Next up, Holy had used the restroom, but was not aware of the package at all. The Illuminati later went into the restroom to retrieve the package. Origins was the last one in the restroom, but didn't notice anything suspicious. So I was able to condense this timeline based on the testimony of all suspects provided. The Illuminati pretty much outed themselves, saying that they provided Ronnie with some herbs. So that's all I was able to find during my little investigation. I hope that was helpful.
So back to that point about wasting your time, it was me who needed to investigate further. It was entirely me. So is there anything more I need to say to convince you, or do you believe me this time? Will you vote for me again, like the fool that you are? Or will you let me walk away freely? I think only time will tell.
Alright, detectives. Please go ahead and list anyone in chat that you think may be a killer or is a suspect in this case. We're going to go ahead and select our 4 suspects that we think are the killers. So we have entered the final round. Okay. Oops, excuse me. I'll go ahead and ask you more proper questions in this case. Who do we think is the possessed killer? Most definitively, they are possessed, something is off about them, and something is not right. Go ahead and pick. Remember to choose the number to cast your vote. You'll have a minute. Hopefully this investigation went a little more smoothly this time. I will still QA you, but it will not be docked against your performance today. So we have locked in Ringo as the possessed killer. Good job, everyone. Now, I'm going to need you next to outline someone that you think is an accomplice. Go ahead and type in chat who you think that may be. I'll get the poll ready. The accomplice, i.e. someone that may have helped in the murder, whether directly or indirectly. There are technically 2 in this case, but we'll tackle them one at a time. Okay. Go ahead and select who you think the first accomplice is. Thank you, Nightbot, for participating in Murder Mystery. You can go home now. Okay. The minute has passed. You have locked in Dream as your second accomplice. Or, sorry, first accomplice. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna put up the same names for the second accomplice. Please vote for the one that you think is the second one. And please do not double vote a participant's name for my sanity. There you go. I will give you a minute. I do wish the hand tracking would stop having issues. That would be nice. Okay, the minute is up. You have locked in Illuminati as your second accomplice. And finally, we arrive at the last question. Who is the mastermind? Go ahead and type in chat who you think the mastermind is. You let me know while I'm getting this ready. I hope some of these are serious entries. Sea Fairy wasn't necessarily present at the scene of the crime. Well, go ahead and vote for who you think the mastermind is. Please note the following when participating in investigations that involve multiple people. That if you vote one of the killers wrong, that particular killer can get the rest of them out of prison. I'll have you know that Fergus is not a good jailer. He doesn't really keep track of his tenants. So, he's not particularly the best at his job. You know, it is what it is. We probably need to go somewhere else besides Toon. I'll give you a minute. Fergus was all that we could afford. You think the Royal Kingdom gives us funds for jail? No. Who do you think Queen Erwin is? Alright, everyone. Let's go ahead and confront those that you have accused. And let's see if you're correct. Shall we?
I think it was obvious. Her puppeteering skills are weakened at this time. Her Majesty may be straining herself a bit by having this many active. Everything will work out in the end. She has simply learned something that does not work this time.
No, I wasn't supposed to be caught. I didn't want to do any more time, and I mean in prison. I was still going to do some silly crimes here and there, but if it wasn't for you meddling kids, I would have gotten away with it too.
Well, I was sure while under Dion's spell that I would get away with it. Maybe the goddess influence has weakened this time around, as she was attempting to mind control 4 individuals. She should preserve her strength until the time is right.
Well, I will say I'm actually impressed with you this time. You did finally manage to catch me in the act. I suppose I have been a little bit of a disappointment to Her Majesty. I'll have to work a little harder to show you all the twists and turns that we have, but I'm sure she'll only improve from here. If we're all caught, this is only a beacon that you're finally succeeding for once. Good luck.
Well, detectives, I'm extremely proud of you. Congratulations on the first case. Well, the streak is finally broken. You'll have to promise me to keep this up, though. You hear me? Well, I will let you know that the next episode of Murder Mystery is going to be July 20th. July 20th is the next Murder Mystery date. That will be episode 7. According to Ringo, certain possessed puppet currently, it seems like a certain cafe owner will be in danger. I think everyone might be slightly excited about it. Let me grab the paper. Let's see. Dion likes to leave these on our doorstep at this point, so I'm not quite surprised. But, it does seem like Ronnie will be next. There you go. July 20th. We'll see what's happened to Ronnie. He's made a lot of enemies after all. Standing in place for a goddess. Well, I'm getting ready to send you all out. We can go ahead and review some evidence again. Have a great day, everyone. And enjoy the final video before the raid. Congratulations again, Detective, on your win. I am very thoroughly proud of you, and this will reflect lovely on your paycheck. See ya.